Now to the second part of our series investigating Lyme disease in Australia. Medical research shows what can be considered as evidence of the illness in the hunters stemming back as far as the early 1980s, something that doesn't sit well with patients fighting for recognition of their struggle.
What Karina Chenhall has survived can only be described as horrific. She lost 5 years of her life to Lyme disease after waking up one morning paralysed.
The pain is indescribable. Like you can't begin to imagine the pain.
The mother of two says she contracted the disease from a tick bite in bushland opposite her home in the Lake Macquarie suburb of Dudley.
I don't think I'll ever walk through there again, you know. I just don't think I could. That's the only tick I've ever had across the road. I've never had a tick.
It's a claim that's becoming more prevalent across the hunter and goes against many doctors' beliefs that the disease does not exist within Australia. That's despite medical research from as far back as 1980 documenting that an illness referred to as Lyme arthritis was present in the Hunter Valley. The article, published in the Medical Journal of Australia, discusses how a 21-year-old labourer from Branxton developed classic symptoms of Lyme disease after being bitten on the leg by an insect, and that by 1982, 6 cases of a rash linked to the illness had been identified in the region. And it's knowledge like that that has sufferers frustrated.
There's actually lots of cases. I have people that have contacted me that are from Charlestown, that are from, Gilston Heights. There's so many people that are around here that just don't speak up because no one believes you.
It makes me angry. It probably makes me really angry because, it is here. People are struggling daily and it's cruel, it's inhumane.
NBN News has been made aware of almost 50 locals from across the Hunter who have been diagnosed with the disease. Many say their illness was set off by a tick bite received in the Awabakal Nature Reserve in Dudley and the nearby Glenrock State Conservation Reserve. Professor Tim Roberts from the University of Newcastle has been following the claims and says research indicates Australians are contracting the disease here.
A group working with Professor Richard Barry here in Newcastle in the 90s that was able to isolate and grow and identify by DNA technology a Borrelia strain that was here.
Exactly how many Australians suffer with the debilitating illness is unknown because public health officials don't collect statistics. The Lyme Disease Association of Australia is taking matters into its own hands, collecting biannual statistics of those infected. This map shows the number and location of confirmed cases, while this displays where the individuals were bitten by a tick. Professor Roberts claims testing for Lyme disease in Australia is flawed and that if pathologists were to search for a gene shared by all forms of the Borrelia bacteria rather than one present only in a specific recognised strain, the cause would most likely be detected.
We either have an organism from Europe which has a particular set of symptoms, an organism from the United States, from the Lyme organism that has another set of symptoms, or it could be, and in my view most likely, another organism as well which is peculiar to this region.
As a result, many tests conducted in Australia come back negative when the patient really does have Lyme disease. However, the Royal College of Pathologists of Australasia has warned some results acquired overseas cannot be relied on, claiming many of the laboratories are not accredited to diagnose the disease, a stance almost comical for those living with the illness.
I got tested umpteen times and it come back negative, and then when I was in Germany they took my blood out and looked at it under the microscope and said I was riddled with it.
They're laughing at us over there. They're laughing at us, and that comes straight from, doctors' mouths. What are they doing over there? What are they doing in Australia? We don't want all you people coming over here. It's what they're saying.
But researchers could be a step closer to uncovering what's causing people to become ill here in Australia. Just last week, findings published online revealed evidence of a relapsing fever Borrelia species in Australia. While further investigation is needed, it's generated hope across the country. Tomorrow night, why the federal government won't yet acknowledge the disease in Australia and what it's doing to learn more. Emma Murphy, NBN News.